been happening for a few months, but I'm not pregnant. But she's like, well, I think you should wait a month to take a test. A month, girl. Hey J Flowers, I am Jasmine J and I am back with another video. Alright, so if y'all haven't seen my previous video on this makeup look, make sure y'all click this little link right here and tune in so y'all can see this look, and then come back to this video, or you can watch it now, and you know, you see why you're here. You see why you're here, okay? So let's start off with how I found out I was pregnant. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just break it down to you like this. Leading up to, I guess, when I conceived or whatever, like the months before that, I was like every month, like for the past 2 to 3 months beforehand, which was in March. March is when I actually got pregnant. But the months before that, leading up to it, my period, it just kept on coming late, and I just didn't know why. Like, it would be extremely, like, weeks late. And I'm like, okay, I'm not pregnant, so why isn't, you know, nothing happening? So I went to the doctor, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And of course they say everything's fine, but I know one test that she did test me for, the test, like my HGC levels, she said it was a little high, but I wasn't pregnant. So I was like, okay. So she was like, well, do you want to take something to, you know, start your period, or let it come naturally? I like to let things come naturally. I really don't like to take medicine like that. So I was just like, I just let it come naturally. So then, let's see, so March, going into April, when I was expecting my period, I was like, okay, I'm late again. I took a test, it was negative. And so I really wish I had the actual days I took it, but I don't. So I was like, okay, so I'm not pregnant, but I'm late again. And I went to the doctor again, and she was like, well, you're not pregnant. So, and this was actually in March when I went. So it happened, like, I think I went the week after I got pregnant, and it was still like nothing. It was just too early to tell. So then when April came around, same thing happened, and I'm just like, okay, what is going on? Like, this has been going on for too long, and I'm not pregnant. I mean, you know, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, but we wasn't preventing, if that makes sense. Like, it was no precaution, little, but yeah, it was just like, okay, if I'm not pregnant, then why is my period? It was just me trying to figure out what was going on with my body at this point. So then, in April, I found out I was pregnant at either 5 to 6 weeks. Look, I don't know the time. Actually, I will post it right here, okay? I'll post it right here and let y'all, like, that's the day I took the test, the date, like, I'm gonna put it right here. And that kind of helped with the timeline. So then, when I took the test, but wait, beforehand, I'm sorry, I gotta go back. Beforehand, I was like, you know, starting back on my keto. I had already made videos for YouTube, like introducing y'all to my keto diet. And I started working out heavy, like every day. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm thinking everything's cool, and you know, it's easy for me to do keto. So it was me just really feeling like I needed to get back into being like fully happy and healthy with myself. So one day I decided to make a cauliflower pizza. And so if you don't know, cauliflower, it stinks. Like, it is horrible. It's a horrible smell, but I can take it. But then I was just like, okay. I called my best friend. This was probably like a few days beforehand. Before I took the test. I was just like, okay, I'm late, you know, but this has been happening for a few months, but I'm not pregnant. But she's like, well, I think you should wait a month to take a test. A month, girl. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait a month. So then I just got the test, and I went upstairs and I peed. Now, I was on the phone with Cortland, and I was just like, I'm about to take this test. Okay, I can't wait, so I'm gonna just take it. And so then I took it, and y'all, I looked over, I saw a second faint line, like y'all would see on the picture right here when I posted. Like, the first one was so faint, but it was there. I've never seen a faint line ever. Like, y'all, my heart dropped. I was like, oh my gosh, babe. He was like, what? He was like, what? I was like, babe. And I just started crying. And so he was like, what? And I was like, do you see this? And he was like, oh, they look like two. I was like, yeah, I think it is two. I said, you know what? I'm gonna just go to the store and get, you know, 2 more or whatever comes in a pack, and I'm gonna just take those. So then I had left, and I went to Family Dollar to get it, and it was the first response one. So the ones that I had, the first one I took, it was the same brand, and I wanted to get one digital, but that's what they had. So I got those. It came with 2. And so then I was just like, okay. Then I went to his apartment. So then I was like, okay, let me just take this. And he was in the bathroom with me, and I took it. And then, y'all, when I tell y'all that second line came up so fast, like I was like, oh. I think I'm pregnant for real, y'all. I was like, he was like, oh. We were both was like, yeah. We was caught up guard, because it was just like, it came up so fast. Like, it came up faster than the first one. And it was like, okay. I was like, okay. Let me just take the other one. You know, maybe they just wrong. Maybe they wrong. So I was like, okay. So I had to, you know, drink water to get some pee out of me. So the last one that I took, I don't even think it was, I didn't even have enough pee in me, but it was enough, I guess, to absorb the stick. And that one popped up super duper fast too. And the line was like there. I was like, yeah, babe, I think that I'm pregnant. Like, that's when it just kind of, like, it just sat in. It was just like, I think that I'm pregnant. Yeah, okay. So let me just, I think, you know what? I think this was my story time. But the next video, I'm going to do the symptoms of first trimester, what I went through my first trimester. But y'all, I'm just telling y'all, we both was just like, so then, because I had called the gynecologist, I was like, I need to go back. And she was like, well, the nurse was like, well, just take a test and see. So then she had called me back like a few hours later. Like, a few hours later after I took the test, and she was like, so did you take the test? I was like, yeah, I took it. It was positive. It was a faint line. She was like, sweetie, if it was a faint line or a bold line, you're pregnant. Y'all. I was like, okay. So she was like, well, let's schedule your first prenatal visit. And so I was like, oh my Lord, this is serious. This is serious for real. So then, now it comes down to like, okay, now we have to tell our parents. That set in. It was just like, okay, so we got to tell our parents now. So then, we both was like, okay, I'm going to tell my parents, well, we're going to tell my parents together. And at that time, my dad was out of town, so we had a few days, but I was just like, okay, can we just wait like a few weeks or a month? And so, but I had to go to the appointment, so I was just like, my mom was gonna know. So then, you know, I had left, and when I left his apartment, I came back home. So then I walked in the house, and immediately I felt so sick from the smell. Remember, I was cooking the cauliflower pizza, and the smell, y'all. I was about to throw up my whole entire insides. Like, it was just horrible. So I was just like, oh, yeah, And then my mom was sitting right there. And she saw it on my face, and she started grilling me like, are you okay? What's wrong? Sit down, lay down. What's wrong? Like, do you got to rub? And then she got up to give me a bucket, and then she was like, and she just kept on like drilling me, and I was just like, Lord, please leave me alone. I still had the test like in this bag, and it was wrapped up, so I was just like, please. And we would discuss to talk this like together with my family, and he just wasn't there. So it was just like, I'm trying to hold in. But before I left his apartment, he's like, I bet you're gonna call me and say I told my mom. And I did, because she was just like, are you okay? What's wrong? And then she was like, are you pregnant? And then I was like, man, here, like, dang. And it was just from there. And so then the next day, that's my dad came home, and well, in the midst of me telling my mom, my brother had called, because I had called him first, but he couldn't talk at the time. So when he called, I told him too, and he thought I was playing. I was like, no, dude, I'm serious. So then the next day, my dad came, and my mom, well, Courtney had came over or whatever. So it was just I wouldn't say it was a big thing, because nothing happened. Like, they just talked to us. Like, it was way better than what I expected, but it was a nerve-wracking thing, because it's just, so yeah, that was just really the main thing. Then a few days later, we had to tell his mom. And so after that, you know, everything was all cool, and now everybody is just, that's just the reality. You can't take it back. So, and we're both grown, so that's the other part to it too. So yeah, that's my story of how I found out I was pregnant. And yeah, so see y'all in the next video. Bye.